Do you know who was the first Major League Baseball player on a national televised game? I'll give you a second. I'll give you a little hint. 1939. Another little hint. Cincinnati Reds versus Brooklyn Dodgers. It's in Brooklyn. Giving you more information here, right? Because that should tell you first team's up is going to be the visiting team, which means it's going to be somebody from the Cincinnati Reds in 1939 on the very first televised game. Do you know who it is? We'll get back to that in a moment. Thanks for stopping by the channel. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. I want to tell you a little story. I'm going to finish the story from the coffee house, and there's a good point to this. I also want to talk a little bit about Sports Card Radio, one of my favorite channels. We're going to talk about the Topps pack redemption. I know it's late, but I just want to give you my 2 cents on it. I think I'm looking at it from a different perspective than everybody else does. Panini redemption's kind of on my mind, and just kind of, what's going on. I know I haven't had a lot of content up recently. There's been kind of quietness on the channel. Going to continue that. Got some how-to content coming up. It's funny. No one likes the how-to content. I mean, people do, but it doesn't get the flashy likes. The other videos get the flashy likes. I'll even say that one thing that I've learned from the channel is I get more subscribers when I'm angry. And that's sad. I get less subscribers when I'm friendly and I try to teach. So this is going to be a teaching moment for both you and I. Anyway, let's jump into this. I was at a coffee shop in Northern Virginia, and I was wearing my Sports Card Investor t-shirt. And that's not really important about Sports Card Investor. Just the fact I had a t-shirt that this gentleman saw that I was involved in sports cards, and he approached me, an older man, probably in his 60s or 70s, and said to me, "Hey, sir, do you know sports cards?" I mean, yeah, I dabble a little bit. I'm a collector. He goes, "I got a question for you. I'm trying to find," and he asked me to find the name of this player. And I'm not going to give you the name of the player for 2 reasons. Number one, I forgot who it is. Number two, if I hear it, I'm going to know it. Okay. But he told me, "I'm looking for this guy's card. He was the first player ever televised." He goes on this long story about how he knows this and stuff. And I was like, man, I didn't know that. And how 1939, this game got televised. And again, the Reds are the first team up. There was a reason why this guy was the first person to bat. His name, well, again, if you say it, it'll ring a bell. And I did research this. It was 1939. It is the first televised game. I looked that up on Google, but it does not tell me who the player was that was first to bat, the first player up on the screen. And it's something, if you are out there watching, I'd love for you to tell me. Again, this gentleman remembers, and I know other people out there in the community will know. So if you know the answer, drop a line below. Tell me who that first player was. Maybe we'll do a contest on that. So hashtag it for me. But what I thought was really cool was it just led into this whole conversation about sports cards. And what I told the guy, here's the bottom line. He asked me how he should best way to find it. And I suggested to him, I told him to go to Vintage Sanctuary. So Vintage Sanctuary, if you're listening, you might get some random guy who asked you about this. And the reason I sent him there was first thought I had in my mind is I'm going to send him to somebody who knows vintage and that would take care of him, who would answer his questions. And the vintage community is deep. And there's a lot of people. There's so many vintage people. That was the first one that stuck out of my mind. There's other ones. There's vintage other things. But the Vintage Sanctuary stuff was just came to mind. So I hope he reaches out to you. And I hope you can help him find that card and guide him. What I told him was in that community, the vintage community, we'll help you find the card for the best deal. Or if you go to a dealer, the dealer's going to charge you a premium. So if you go into a store and say, "I'm looking for this card," the dealer's going to go out and use a network. He's going to come back and charge you a premium for the card. But if you go through, a YouTube community, you could probably find it this way. So I thought that was cool. And again, it spurred this whole conversation. And why am I telling you this? I was wearing this shirt. I met a nice, cool man, and we had a really cool conversation. And that just made me feel awesome. I think that's why I love the hobby. Okay. Doesn't make a difference. This is Jeff Wilson, one of the most hated people in the sports card hobby, right? Okay. Or people polarizing people in the hobby. And that guy didn't care, right? I didn't care. And we had a great conversation. I talked about Vintage Sanctuary. We talked about YouTube. I told him, check out my channel. And man, it just was cool. It was cool. So I want to share that story with you. Because again, my takeaway is, look, regardless of the who did, she said, whatnots, just have fun, right? We talk about that. Now, there is some exception to that. And that's why I'm going to go to Sports Card Radio, which I'm a huge fan of. And let me just say, in one of their recent videos, they start with those little clips where they pull other content creators. And they started with me without my shirt on. And I was like, oh. I won't lie to you. That was going on when I was in the car, and I actually stopped my car, pulled over to the side. Like, I got to pay attention because I thought Sports Card Radio was just going to go. I thought I was in their gunfire. I thought I was going to get shot down. I'm like, they're going to blow me away. What did I do? Not that I'm like doing anything wrong, but I did kind of, and I didn't. Let me just say this, Sports Card Radio. If you're watching this, I'm not calling you a monster. I love what you're doing, man. You are great. I just want you to focus that attention and use it responsibly. As an example, Jeff Wilson, the dude is not good at picking cards. I recommend Will Greer over Colin Murray. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Kyle Murray's a good investment either. I don't like any of his suggestions on investments. Okay. But if you're going to give, if we can say one thing, he has never yet to this date been caught in any actual scamming activity. You know, we speculate, but no one's caught him in that. And a lot of people are looking. Second of all, let's at least admit that he has brought attention that has brought a lot of things to the hobby that you may like and not like, but he did bring a lot of change, right? So he's a catalyst for change. And again, still not a bad one. There are worse actors out there, and Sports Card Radio has done a great job of actually bringing attention to people I did not know about. I'm not going to sit here and start naming them off. That's not important. I encourage you to subscribe to Sports Card Radio, listen to them. But I also recommend that, just don't run to grab the pitchfork and torch all the time. Let's use them as a beacon to research, learn, and educate. And the one thing I'll keep asking guys is let's find some solutions on how we make things better, right? Calling it out is the first step, but how do we make it better? Okay. And I got a plan for that. It's a long-term plan. It's coming. You'll hear more about that in the future. Okay. Next quick topic I want to talk about are the Topps Chrome packs and the silver pack. So first thought that came to mind, what really pisses everybody off is that a lot of people got caught up in pre-orders and didn't get the value out of their pre-order. Okay. That's really what this came down to. If they bought those boxes at the suggested retail prices, like around 100, whatever the heck, and not these overinflated market-driven prices of $300 a box, I don't think people would be as upset, okay? My second thought of this is that it hurts me that people are concerned about short prints being taken out of a product and not autos, right? I think when auto is not in a product or a relic or something like that, that's more damning to me. The use of redemptions that may never be redeemed, that's more damning to me than a short print, right? It's a short print, man. We're talking short prints, man. Let's go Allen Iverson. We're talking practice. Okay, so that's my feeling of the short prints. I don't like that about Topps. They do these short prints. I really wish you just would disclose your damn short prints. It's so creative when you get the little number at the bottom. Is it short print or is it super short print? It just irks me. The other point I'm going to make real quickly on the Topps thing. No one ever explained what the paradox was, the problem, what was missing. And here's what I'll break it down as. As a guy who collects basketball and/or football, right? So I go from the Prism world. Okay, I would explain to them, look, guys. Prism has a base card, and then they have those color parallels, right? And you're like, yeah. And then they have these things called variations. Those variations are often in the hanger boxes where, like, the Zion is hugging the ball differently than he is in his base ones. That is the variation. That is what, in my understanding, was missing. It's those rarer variations. Am I wrong on that? Are the base rookies still there in the Topps product? Because that was never made clear to me. I just say that I don't think anybody did a very good job explaining what the problem was in the Topps product. Right. I know some of the autographs were terribly written. They didn't have the spot that looked like it was not meant to be autograph cards. Does that make sense? But anyway, let's summarize what my thoughts are. The way they resolved it, I think it's crap. And I think the fact that we swallowed it's even crappier, right? Like, oh yeah, stick in silver packs. We just got screwed with a bunch of silver packs before. Remember we saw the silver packs that, Run Good Life put out there? Are you going to trust silver packs from some of these guys who get them? I mean, they're going to be sniffed, maybe resealed. It's just terrible. It's not the way to resolve this. Okay. Also, should make you think to yourself, that's the future, guys. That's Fanatics, right? That's Fanatics running the show. How did someone at Topps miss that? I don't know. It doesn't make a difference, really. In my opinion, they should have moved on, not try to rectify it with sending out packs. They should have put it in a new product. They also should do a better job of disclosing and being transparent of what is and isn't in products, right? That kind of solved this problem too. Could they have done anything differently to solve this? No, I don't think so. I think they did the best thing they could with these silver packs. Not what I would recommend it, but it's a band-aid for the wound. Hobby has no memory. I mean, really no memory. So in 6 months, we'll forget. And here's another thing. What's interesting is by them dropping those silver packs, there's no speculation on will update be loaded with those short prints. It will not. It's not going to have those short prints because they just distributed them. So that kind of helps you reset expectations for other products that are coming out. Does it make sense? So Topps overall, yeah, it is what it is. Sucks. I would tell you what other people said. Stop buying the product. And don't worry about breakers. Just to stop buying the product. Okay. Panini redemption. This one touches home for me. I saw the update. I'm not surprised by it at all. In fact, let me just quickly say a nice thing for Panini. Panini to date was the only one who was redeeming expired redemptions at all. Like Topps was expired your SOL. And I think that was the case with Upper Deck and others, right? So Panini used to be, if you had an expired redemption, you could redeem it and they would give you something or points. So I understand them cutting the line on that. What concerns me is the way they're doing it. And I think a lot of it had to do with legality, right? Where them saying we can give you equal or better. It's really going to come down to how they practice. So here's what I mean by that. Panini, you've screwed up in the past in redemptions. You've now set a plan in the future on how you're going to move forward. We are going to speculate. You're going to continue to screw us, but you have it in your court to do better. So, for example, if I did redeem let's say a rookie, now 6 months later, or in the next season, and that rookie didn't redeem, whatever. If you send me 2 equivalent rookies of the next sport, maybe you send me football ones, because I'm a football collector. If you communicate with me, maybe make me more involved, maybe blow away my expectations. Does that make sense? Like, my expectations on this redemption program are low. So if you blow us away with like going above and beyond, there's no issue. And I think you can do that. You're in the right spot. I think you got behind, and now you can kind of clear up and get behind and move forward. So I'm optimistic of that. Now, here's my questions. Why am I still waiting for a Christian McCaffrey glass card from 2017? It does not have an auto. It does not have a relic. It's a piece of glass, guys. You can make it. I'll make one if you want. If you just stamp it on there and say it's by Panini. I mean, I don't understand why that hasn't been redeemed. So those are the problems I think bother me more. And it makes me also wonder the big picture, guys. Why, please pray tell to me, would fanatics want to buy Panini and this headache? I think this is more signs that purchase will not happen. They might. I think what you are going to see, I think they're going to buy the licensing rights to the sports. They'll buy out those licensing rights. You paid $5 million, for the NFL for next year. I'll give you $50 million for it. I could see, and I'm not just giving you a bold shit number, by the way, but I can see them buying out that. They do not need the product lines. And let me also say this: everybody goes, "Oh, what if they have Topps Chrome and Topps Prism or Topps Prism?" Let me just. As a collector, I'm screaming to myself, because do you want all those junky products? No. How many people did I hear say, "Hey, we need to go back to just a few products"? Then you don't want them to buy the Panini prop IP. I don't want you to buy NT. I don't want you to buy Prism. I don't want you to buy Canaries. Let it all die. We'll appreciate in the hobby in the future. Bring me some new stuff, right? So in my opinion, okay, I think the only thing worth buying are the rights to sports to license those cards. That's it. Don't bring the products. Don't bring the people. And I don't mean to be mean, okay? I'm not trying to be cold. I have some friends over there. I'm thinking about a friend right now with Panini. I don't want to be out of their job. But look, I also think Panini's going to be fine. If I'm Panini, I'm like, sell off these licenses. Let's refocus. They've got NFTs. They've got other collectibles. They've even stuck their toe in the Prism. Not the Prism. What's it called? The Funkos, which, by the way, sold for $25. The LeBron James Gold Prism Funko Pops went for $25 on the auction yesterday. Just sharing that with you. I'm going all over the place. There's so much to share with you guys. So, in summary, coffee and cards bring people together. Sports Card Radio, I love you. Thank you for that little clip with my shirtlessness. And there's a great story on why I was. I'll do that. I think I have some pretty good shoulders, man. I mean, if you're going to see a guy without a shirt on, man, you want to see just the shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Tots, you do you, boo. Panini, I see you. I'm watching you. Can I get my Christian McCaffrey? And I don't even want the card anymore. Give me some of the value. I'd like a black box or a sealed Prism box. Give me something cool. More coming, guys. I am paying attention. I'm working on. I have so many. Here's what's funny. I'm watching content and I'm thinking to myself, man, it's really gotten lame. And I want to put something out every day to tell you about something cool going on. But that's not going to happen right now. Not because I don't want to. Guys, have a great day. Like, comment, subscribe. I really, really do appreciate the support to the channel. It means a lot to me. Have a great day.